Hi, and welcome to another segment of Michelle Davis Fitness. I'm so glad you guys can be here today because I have a really important guest that I'm so excited to bring to the table and talk to you guys about Immunized Labs. Now, as a bodybuilder, it's really important to do things for your cells to make them happy, to be healthy, and to feel great. So before we get started with talking about this wonderful company, I want to again say thank you guys for stopping by and hanging out with us. Hope you're having a fabulous day. And not only that, but I want to give a big shout out to my trainer, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have these. So I want to play a little commercial for you guys to promote my trainer. So I want to tell you guys that it's not only the products and the things that you take to take care of yourself, but it's also the support and the information you get. So with this week being in mind, we're going to talk about cellular health, and we're also going to be featuring Immunized Labs on today's show, and we have a special as well, so you guys might want to tune into that. Now, if you guys want to check out more information, not only do I love these products, but you don't have to take my word for it. Go to Immunized Labs on YouTube and check out these testimonials. I'm going to play a couple for you. First one we're going to feature is the Immunized Labs Breathe Easy Nasal Spray by this client.
So I rarely give reviews on anything, but I figured I'd give credit where the credit is deserved. I'm making a review today on Immunized Labs Breathe Easy Nasal Spray. I've been using it now for about, I want to say since July, so about almost 6 months, 5 months. But before using the Breathe Easy nasal spray, I suffered from, chronic sinus infections and just constantly being stuffed up. And I was given this Immune Lab spray and told to try it. After the first 3 or 4 days, I noticed literally immediate results. I was able to breathe easier through my nose. I felt less congested. I woke up feeling so much better, slept better, etc. And I've been using it now less. And in the beginning, I used it more often because I needed it. I was constantly congested. And I want to say I went from using it about 5 or 6 times a day. I'm down to about 2 times a day, once in the morning and once around mid-afternoon. And it's honestly worked wonders for me. And if you do have these kind of problems where you're constantly congested, sinus infections, any of that, I recommend you go ahead and use the Immune Labs. This stuff is great. It's phenomenal. My mom suffers from the same problem. She's been using it, same results as me. She wakes up so much better in the morning, goes to sleep, and is able to sleep through the night without feeling congested or achy or any of that stuff. I want to thank the guys over at Immune Labs. This stuff's great. Continue what you're doing. Thank you.
So I want to talk about this product right here for any of you guys that suffer with allergies, sinus issues, even kind of maybe a head cold, just having problems breathing. 80% of diseases come from your mouth or your nose. And so a lot of people tend to turn to antibiotics, which is not a very good idea. Now, to go more in depth with this, I have the founder, Pascal, on Skype. I want to bring him on and welcome him to Michelle Davis Fitness. Hey, Pascal, how you doing?
Hello, pleased to be here.
I'm so glad that you guys can be here, and thank you again to you and your wife, Christine, for being a part in supporting my show and my competition coming up. This Immunized Labs nasal spray seems to have a lot of great benefits that I was hoping you could provide for some of our viewers today who are watching.
The nasal spray is actually an example of how we work with our clients or our base of supporters. They come to us with, do you have a solution for this? Do you have a solution for that? And we actually didn't. And we had actually a competitor that was having severe sinus issues. She had surgery multiple times, and each time it actually got worse. And eventually, one of the issues of the surgery is that there was a punctured sac in the navel cavity, and then she actually got fungus on the brain, and it really got really bad. They gave her tons and tons of antibiotics, and they don't work on that. So
Right.
essentially, we worked with the hospital, and we developed this product specifically for her. Basically trying to target all the symptoms she had, and it worked so well that other people said, "Hey, I want to try it as well." And it worked on allergies, migraines, headaches, hay fever, most sinus issues that we ran into. So that was an example of how that came about. We don't look to develop products. We look to help people find solutions. And when we can't find a solution, we go about to try to see if we can develop something that will help people.
I love that. That's very in-depth and has a lot of integrity when it comes to helping people. With this nasal spray, it's easy. It's 1 to 2 pumps in each nostril, wait a couple seconds. And colloidal silver is the #1 ingredient in this, which I love because colloidal silver has so many beneficial things to it. Can you explain that a little bit?
Sure. I mean, it's a shame that it's so controversial, but silver has been used as an antibiotic and antiviral for thousands of years. You know, and if you go online, and it's so controversial simply because you can't make, in my opinion, you cannot make colloidal silver at home. You can go on YouTube and you have thousands of people showing you how to do it at home. The reason why you cannot do it at home is because, one, you need high voltage because it follows Ohm's law. It's basically, essentially what you want to do is you want to stay within the parameters of science. And science basically says that you have to start first with pure water. We don't take distilled water. We take deionized water, which is much, much purer than distilled water. Distilled pure water is very resistant. It won't conduct electricity very well. So to do that, you have to have very high voltage to be able to have the ions from the electricity go from one probe to another inside the water and drop ionic particles of silver and charged particles of silver. And then as you do that in the water over time, the water becomes more conductive. And then you have to have it computer controlled to reduce the current and the voltage. Ideally, you want to keep the current very low because the current determines the chunk size of the silver that's actually deposited in the water. You can't do that at home with a simple DC 9-volt or even a power supply, because you can't control that process. So instead, what you end up with is heavy chunks of silver, which can build up and become toxic.
Wow, you seem to be very knowledgeable about all of this. Can you give a little bit about your background and where you got all of this information, or you were provided to be able to start Immunize Labs? Let's begin with your background a little bit. I'm intrigued about that.
Well, my background, I was an electrical engineer and a problem solver in Wall Street for over 20 years. And I was the person that was sent in to complex organization to solve very complex problems that no one seemed to understand or fix. So it's really problem solving wherever the problem may be. And the problem arose with when my wife was sick. At the time, we had just been married, and she was working at a major bank. I was a CEO of a company. So we had resources to be able to help her get better. She developed chronic fatigue syndrome and fibromyalgia. So I took her to the best doctors in the world, the Billionaire Alley on the East Side. And after a year of shopping her around, it became clear they really didn't have a clue what to do.
Well, good thing she had you. You came in to save the day, it seems.
Well, actually, what happened is that after we tried everything, and each time she'd end up in the ER with a reaction to the drugs that they gave her, or the interaction with the drugs that they gave her.
Right.
Then we went we tried holistic, we tried naturopath, we tried Indian, Ayurvedic, energy. We even did clinical trials in Europe. After all that, we realized they just don't have answers. So I said, okay, the only thing I know as a scientist, as an engineer, is you need to be able to measure and test something.
Right.
So we started doing full blood panels on her and giving her natural ingredients that on paper should help her with a particular issue, and then measure the blood work.
I love that story. It's
And then
very
we just kept on
transformational.
going. Are we going in the right direction or not?
Right,
If
right.
we're going in the right direction, we kept going, simply because we've tried everything else.
Well, big kudos
And-
to you and Christine. I really am intrigued of how much hard work, and especially you didn't give up on all the things that you tried.
Well, we did. It's kind of like you go through, it's like climbing Mount Everest.
Mm-hmm.
You know, halfway, okay, give up. You're still halfway up.
Right.
So you really have no choice. You have to keep going because the alternatives, there weren't any.
Right. And as well, you said a little bit you were in bodybuilding and you have a fitness background and so forth. And we won't go into that, but I want to get back into the ingredients that I saw in the nasal spray that actually has a lot of really, really good health benefits. Sea salt, Indian barberry root, horseradish, holy basil, cayenne pepper, and essential oils like arnica, peppermint, wintergreen, tea tree, rosemary, ginger, bergamot. I mean, the list goes on and on. Eucalyptus, blue oregano, pine, and lemon. I mean, these are some amazing ingredients, and I absolutely love that. But again, if you guys want, go to immunizedlabs.com. If you use TV20 promo code, you're going to save 20% on some of the products that we're talking about today. And I'm going to be continuing with interviewing Pascal and hopefully maybe bring Christine on and talk about more of their great products. I want to move on though, because one of the things is not only in your nose, it's in your mouth, and the germs that get spread very quickly if we're not careful, and also take care of our teeth and our oral health and so forth. I want to play this testimonial for you guys to tell you guys how amazing and the benefits behind this oral miracle wash has. Take a look at this.
Hi, Sarah Najami, certified nurse midwife, to give you a quick overall on the Oral Miracle by Immunes Lab. I hope I'm saying that correctly. I did not tell my dentist that I was using this product, and I went in and had a great checkup and shared with him what I was doing, and returned for my follow-up checkup, and he admitted that my gums were in tip-top shape. My teeth were in excellent shape, and as a matter of fact, I had what he thought was going to be a small cavity, and actually said that it remineralized itself and could no longer find evidence of the spot that he was concerned about. So I'm sold.
So when it comes to an oral mouth care, it's really important to make sure that not only does your dentist approve it, but it's going to kill germs and bacteria, give you good breath, but remineralize your teeth. That's something that not a lot of mouthwashes I've ever heard of do. But here with Immunized Labs, they actually have this Oral Miracle mouthwash that, Pascal, can you tell me kind of the formulation and the patent and all of the amazing adventures and stories that you have behind this product right here?
Sure. Essentially, the way the mouthwash was developed was, again, go back to my wife. My wife was pregnant. She had no cavities, flosses and brushes her teeth, does everything she could, and within 2 months, she started getting cavities. Then an alarm went off in my head. Why is that? So I went to one of the top specialists in Greenwich, and I asked the dentist, why? And he essentially couldn't answer, but basically said she needs to brush and floss more. That didn't make sense to me, and I started going back and thinking. Then I started looking at a sprinter and a long distance runner. Then I realized, why is this long distance runner lanky and falling apart, and a sprinter muscular, powerful, lean, but heavy with all their muscles? It's because once we start doing cardio and aerobics, our body breaks down our own muscle fiber into amino acids, circulates it, and patches up all the organs that are under stress. Think about it. What keeps those organs going as you're doing long distance? The body goes to get its reserves to patch up the vital organs. Well, when you have a baby, the biggest substance that you need is to build a baby skeleton.
Right.
Where are you going to get those materials? Your skeleton. Where's the only part of your skeleton that you could see? Your teeth. As
That's
soon as I
amazing.
understood that your body was actually borrowing from its own to build a baby skeleton, then I started looking for clinical trials that demonstrate that you can remineralize teeth. And sure enough, there were clinical trials that proved that you absolutely can reverse cavities and remineralize teeth, and that's what we did.
I love that. Great product. I really think you guys should take your health more seriously. Take a look at the things in your life that you might have inflammation and pain, and you might have some issues with, whether it's, you can't breathe right, or, maybe your dentist tells you need to floss or brush more. Maybe there's some solutions that you can do and give a trial test for yourself. I have one solution for you here at Immunize Labs. They're going to give you guys a 1-ounce sample bottle for free of this if you guys go to their immunizelabs.com. Pascal, if you have more information, did you want to follow up in what Christine had for the free sample that people can get of this?
Sure. Just send us an email at sales@immunizelabs.com with your contact information and a friend's contact information, and we'd be happy to send both of you the free product.
Yay. Better yet is treat your friend too to a gift, right? That's right.
Yeah.
And so one of the things I love is I have been telling all of my friends about this pain relief. Not only is it chocolate flavored, but it works and I love it. And I really, really want to get more in depth about this, because telling my friends about this in my Platinum Physiques training team, we definitely have hard workouts. We have days that it's really hard for us to move. And sometimes it can be grueling when you have, a really hard workout and you're trying to look forward to it. But one of the things I look forward to is taking this every day on an empty stomach before I get started with my egg whites and my oats and stuff. This pain relief stuff, it helps me with my inflammation on my hard, grueling leg workout days. This stuff doesn't have, it has stuff in it that I can't even feel the next day after my leg workout. And I want, Pascal, can you tell me some of the magic that is inside of this product that people should take advantage of?
Sure. I mean, this product was developed because I'm in my 50s and I'm still deadlifting in the 600 range. Wow. So I needed something that allowed me not to be miserable for 5-6 days.
Right.
Or when I'm squatting really heavy, it usually would last 5 or 6 days, the pain. And I needed something that would reduce systemic inflammation. So essentially what it is that we take MSM, which is essentially sulfur. Mm-hmm. It's an extremely effective anti-inflammatory. It helps the inflammation. It helps prevent inflammation in the first place. Then we add copaiba oil, which is it's from a tree in Brazil. It's another anti-inflammatory substance that works through a different mechanism. Then we add curcumin. Now everybody hears about curcumin. Curcumin is as effective as Tylenol on pain. Mm-hmm. The problem with curcumin and turmeric is that at best it's only a few percent absorbed. 3%, 4% absorbed. So that's why the pain relief, it's in a liquid suspension of liposomal technology. And the reason why you take it first thing in the morning on an empty stomach with water only, not juice, nothing else except water, because you want to absorb it, not digest it.
Right.
So the absorption factor is quite high. Then we add cat's claw. That's also extremely effective on osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis as well. And then kava kava, that is also very effective on lower back pain. So what we try to do is look at it from each pain receptors have different mechanisms, and we tried to create a cocktail that was more effective than any one single ingredient at a high dose, because that way we're able to help many different types of pain.
That makes sense. And it even has some benefits of ginger oil, cinnamon bark oil, frankincense oil, and my favorite, medium chain triglycerides that you see in, a lot of, well, it's in coconut, MCTs, but made in the USA. And I love that it's in these dark blue bottles. So just very health conscious. I feel very good about this product.
So the other thing that makes us different is that I think 95% of all supplement companies outsource, and somebody else makes it. The three manufacturers make about 95% of the companies. Everyone else just relabels it.
Oh, okay.
We do everything in-house.
Love that.
Everything. We do not outsource anything because that allows us to have the highest quality control over our products.
And so this has a really good taste, everybody. I just drink this with water, and it's got a really good flavor to it. And when you take it first thing, and then when I do my workouts, I don't get fatigued afterwards. And this is good for anybody. So, it could be power lifters or bodybuilders, but then again, like anyone who's involved in yoga or Pilates, or, you have pain, or you just trying to work out any kind of inflammatory issues in your body, try this. This stuff is great. Now, the next product I want to try, and I want to talk to you guys about, is the Immunize Labs Stress Prevention. Because on the days that you kind of have a little funk, you're maybe feeling a little blue, this definitely can be your best friend. And in so many ways, Pascal, can you explain to the viewers out there why this should be in everybody's cabinet?
So, in essence, what this product was developed for was another patient client of ours. They were on severe pain, to the point that morphine was not working.
Wow.
So when that happens, we got a pain specialist on board, and they put them on gabapentin. The gabapentin is a whole different pain blocking technique. It works on the brain. The problem with that, if you're the breadwinner of the family and you're on gabapentin, you can't even drive, let alone form a sentence.
Yeah.
So you're not in pain, but you might as well just sit in the couch all day and not even move. Be a vegetable.
Yeah.
So we created the stress prevention essentially to counteract the side effects of the gabapentin and allow that person to have a normal life, drive, read, do everything, and completely normal. As a side effect, we started using it before powerlifting meets, students before major exams, because it allows them to have focus and concentration for about 4 or 5 hours without a crash.
Wow. So you've had a lot of test studies done with all of these products.
We had a lot of people try them for different reasons. We had one man in his middle to late 50s who was a long-distance runner who could no longer run because he had arrhythmia. His heart was starting to beat erratically. And he uses this product to do marathons.
That's great.
He's able to do a marathon, and he feels better, and he beats his times. All the stress prevention does, it allows our body to be able to handle more stress before our central nervous system becomes overstimulated. Once our central nervous system becomes overstimulated, then our immune system kicks in. And that's what we want to avoid, is that cycle.
And that was something that I really studied. Being on radio and TV, I got so nervous that fight or flight system, I would feel it after a broadcast, almost like I was getting sick, and I really had to hone in on my energy and understand that there are times in our life that we're going to have that fight or flight mechanism, but if we can channel it and control it and actually take kind of supplements that are going to help us and prevent the stress that takes on, because your organs almost shut down, your digestive system basically shuts down. It's hard for you to come back and rebound from a fight or flight system, and I know over time that can be really fatiguing on the body. So something like this is really, really good to have, and to give it a try when you have like a marathon coming up, or if you have a competition coming up, or something that you know is going to be stressful. Give this a try. Now, there's other great products as well, but I want to remind you guys, TV20, 20% off, okay? And as well, you get a free sample of the mouthwash, a 1 ounce sample for free, your information and a friend's information. What's the email, Pascal, one more time?
It's going to be sales@immunizelabs.com.
Awesome. So the next thing I want to talk about is my hair and my skin have been completely transformed from Immunize Labs. My skin is more clear than it has ever been in my whole life. And thanks to the skin spray, which I want to talk about, they have not only a skin nutrition mist, but a hair nutrition spray as well. And Pascal, can you talk to all the ladies and men out there why these are pampering products for everyone to have?
So our skin is essentially our biggest organ and our most exposed and our front line to the environment. Okay.
Okay.
So it's where bacteria, germs, it's when somebody sneezes, it's when, the sun, bugs, that's your main defense, if you will.
Okay.
And so the first thing we wanted to think about is, we had a 2-year-old, we have a baby, and we had to think of, okay, what are we going to put on our baby? So we had started thinking from a clean sheet. Well, what's the first thing I want to do? I want to protect against viruses, bacteria, infections, not with alcohol, but naturally,
Right.
like with colloidal silver.
You see a lot
Then
of
I
kids
want to
getting
make sure
sick.
I hydrate and protect the area. So essentially what I did is I worked with burn victims or an amputee. When you're working with burn victims and amputees, you can't put a cream or lotion because you just can't touch the wound. So because it could be devastating to the patient. So we focus on creating a mist that is sprayed on and creates a biofilm to help protect the area from getting infected, but keeps it hydrated and moist and promotes cellular turnover. The idea is to increase the speed at which new cells are created. And by accident, it came out to be as a general skin mist spray. It was really designed for wounds, burns, infections, cuts, abrasions, that type of thing. But people liked it so much they started spraying it everywhere.
Interesting. And I love the ingredients in this. Not only is it colloidal silver, but it has things like hyaluronic acid, which is so key essential to having collagen production in the skin. Kelp, plantain, St. John's wort, grape root, witch hazel, and essential oils in it as well, like vanilla, lime, blood orange, lavender. Come on, people, okay. That smells really, really good. I really like that smell. Even just it kind of relaxes me with that smell. So you guys need to try this. This is really good. Now the hairspray mist, the hair nutrition spray, can you kind of go over the benefits and why you guys formulated this product?
Well, essentially what happened was patients were loving our skin mist so much that they started coming back to us and saying, do you have anything for the hair mist? So we went back and looked at the skin mist. Essentially, the skin mist is designed to increase cellular turnover, hydrate, and protect from the environment. We essentially want the same thing with the hair mist, but the hair mist is much more different. You want to block DHT. You want to increase blood flow and circulation. You want to promote new hair growth.
Nice.
You want to protect the scalp from, like if you have a 5-year-old child that's in a school system, from getting ticks and all the other issues that are with other kids. So we started looking at it much differently. And also we want to increase the health of the hair. So we have a challenge to people. Use our hair mist for 1 month. Take your hair when it's dry, put it on a ruler and pull it till it breaks. Okay? Before you use our hair mist for a month. That is your baseline. That's the strength of your hair. That's the tensile strength of your hair naturally, not
I'm going to do this
coated.
test. I'm going to try it.
Right.
Okay.
So after a month, do the same thing, and it should be twice as strong naturally without any product in it after using our hairspray.
Okay. I'm going to be sure to IG story that, you guys. And I also want to tell you guys, everything here is all natural. And especially some of the ingredients in this, I have never heard of before in a hair nutrition spray. Reishi mushroom. I mean, that's incredible. And of course, there's essential oils in this as well. I love essential oils, by the way. So and pumpkin seed, pine needle, hyaluronic acid. I can go on and on about these ingredients. I can read every single one of them. No alcohol, glycol, blah, 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 I love the fact that it's just simple and easy. And these work. And just by talking to Pascal, I knew he was talking you know, he knew what he was talking about, the story behind his wife and fibromyalgia, and wanting to help all of his clients. You see on YouTube, try out these products, take a look at their YouTube channel. Don't forget TV20 promo code, save 20%. But again, these are great products, and I'm going to have even more products to review and tell you guys about and bring Pascal on. And again, if you guys have any questions, follow them on Instagram, Facebook. And Pascal, is there anything else you want to kind of bring up and talk about?
So essentially, whenever you go to any of our products, you go down, there are 3 tabs towards the product. There's the directions, but there's also the ingredients. And the ingredients, we list exactly why it's there and what its function is. And then we also have references where we try to actually show the research that's behind this ingredient. Every ingredient has a purpose, and all our ingredients are natural. If you can't eat it, it's not in our products.
I love that. And thank you so much for taking the time and being a guest on the show. And if you guys want more information, again, go to immunizedlabs.com. And stay forward for more. I'm going to be doing a giveaway. I actually have an extra bottle that they sent me of this pain relief. I think I might do a giveaway. Or, you know, I don't want to be selfish and keep it all for myself, but this right here is my favorite, and I think people need to try that. So you guys follow Immunized Labs and go to Michelle Davis Fitness on IG. I'll be doing a giveaway of this bottle, and stay tuned for more. So thanks, Pascal, and say hi to Christine for me, and I'll be sure to have you guys on again soon on Michelle Davis Fitness.
We look forward to it. Thank you.
Have a great day. Bye.
Bye-bye.